Okay, so there I was. I saw a couple guys making these mega Pokemon tier lists, and I felt like I haven't uploaded in a while, and I gotta educate the masses on the one true mega Pokemon rankings in Gen 7, Gen 8, whenever. Probably like mostly Gen 8 based, but I don't think the difference is too big. So yeah, I saw Matty Brolic do it, I saw John W do it, and yeah, they had some very inherent flaws. So the GOAT had to come back from not recording, not uploading, and yeah, put out his list. We got tiers S to E here. The other guys had, I think, an F tier, but I don't think it's necessary. If you're below D tier, you're not a mon to me. So we'll hop right into it. First mon, Mega Abomasnow, other garbage. Can't use that thing really. I think it has a kind of a niche, but I don't think it's really good in like any format. Has been bad in Gen 6, has been terrible in Gen 7. I don't see it being good in Gen 8, despite like hidden power being gone. This mon at best goes 1-1 in the game. Get off some like maybe get off a Blizzard, maybe get up an Aurora Veil, which is not a move. I don't think it's like it could be very low D tier, but I put it in E tier because I don't have an F tier. I wouldn't use this thing, and I don't think anyone else should use it. Next up, we got Mega Absol. Um, Weirdmon, kinda decent on paper, but it never puts in work. Way too frail to abuse his ability. Put it in D tier. I don't think like maybe in low C. We'll see later, but yeah, I don't think it's good. Dark Step isn't really that amazing anymore because of so many fairies. Knockoff has gotten better in Gen 8 because no Z moves that can like shoot knockoffs, like the users that can shoot knockoffs. So might be a little bit better, but yeah, I don't rate them on. So next up, Mega Aerodactyl. This is an interesting one. John W put in an A tier, which is absolutely insane. That's just weird coming from such a good player. Maddie, I think, had a B tier, but let me tell you the truth, this is absolutely average. Just an underwhelming mon. Terrible step options. Not a breaker, not a sweeper. I don't care about Rock's weakness, but this mon is like a Mega Scepter with a fan base, in my opinion. Like just underwhelming. It has never won anything really. Like in 30 leagues I've been in, Mega Arrow I think has won a chip once, and even then it has to be in Gypsy King's hands to even accomplish that feat. So I don't rate them on. Like yeah, the speed is cool, but like its best step option doesn't hit and isn't tough close boosted. Um, the speed is overrated. Doesn't really break as good as it should with such a high attack stat as well as Stone Edge as a stab move, but obviously because you don't get tough claws boost from that, doesn't really do well. Its setup options are pretty bad. Dragon Dance doesn't really needed it. Home Claws is I guess decent, but even that +1 misses out on so many Okos. So to me, it's just an average mon. Give it Sword Stance, and we're talking. Next, Mega Aggron, clean mon with I put it in B tier. I think it's low B tier mon, maybe high C. Um, I put it in B tier. I think it's a nice fat mon. Nah, I put it in C tier. Nice fat mon. Usually, like I tend to like offensive megas more. That's why I put it in C tier. But like it has definitely some offensive capabilities. You can run Element. Heavy Slam hits super hard. It has body press now, and on teams like on fatter builds with a good wish passer like Alamomola or something that can check fighting types, check fire types, check ground types. This mon can really excel. It'd be really hard to take down. Like on bulky offensive builds, it can be sick, or on balanced builds, semi-stall builds, whatever. Um, but it like definitely needs some support. So unrated, unrated in BJ. Yeah, that would have been kind of wild. Alakazam, absolute S tier. likely banned in Gen 8 because no pursuit. Yes, it lost barrier, which is its best move pretty much, but no pursuit. Let's come in, claim one, switch out freely on the darks. So dark types really do not check it as well as they used to, and even then, like dark types, they had to like run toxic. They had to run. They had to click crunch the first turn to not like give it a free barrier. Like usually had to be invested heavily in Spadef to take it on, which means they couldn't 2KO it, yada yada yada. So Alakazam, one of the top megas in the format for sure. I think it's gonna be likely gonna be banned in most leagues. Allowing it without Nasty Plot might be the option, but not in tours. In tours it should be banned for sure. It's way too centralizing. Next up, Mega Altaria. Really dropped down from around the top 10 mega in Gen 6 to average mega. Put in CT, it's still better than Absol, but worse than Arrow, I think. Even though like I like Mega Alt, it has some nice defensive options, but it doesn't fit on offensive teams. It's mainly a mon for bulky offense, semi-stall build, so kind of restrictive in like what teams it fits on. So yeah, we have to go from there with that thing. Really gotta build a nice squad around it for it to shine. Otherwise it's just a support mon. The Mega shouldn't just be a support mon. Mega Ampharos, yeah, not a good one, but not terrible either. Had a nice niche in Gen 6 when like bird spam was pretty decent, but it's pretty strong. Now I guess it's one of the better electrics that you can get for cheap, because it hits ground types hard still with Dragon Pulse, but overall it has like 2 or 3 sets, like the agility set as well as the rest talk set. Yeah, like I used it, won a title with it. Not a bad mon, but certainly not one you should draft in like let's say 12 team leagues because there's so many better options. Mega Audino, they really failed this one. Yeah, I think I have to put an E tier. um, they kind of made it a mon that should be good in doubles because it gets Trick Room, Helping Hand, all the shit, all the support moves as healer, which is absolutely useless of an ability. Doesn't fit in, doesn't work in singles. Had it kept Regenerator, I probably would be a D tier mon, but even then, like just a support mon with Wish, kind of restrictive Carmine sets don't really work. But it's bad, so like maybe it's low D tier, but I put it in E. Not really good. Mega Bennett, we don't talk about this mon. It's garbage. Beedrill, nice mon, underrated mon, great T-Spiker. Underrated SD user. It's not just a momentum mon. It doesn't just click U-Turn, can also be a very dangerous sweeper. Yes, you gotta draft decent removal with it, and the best default in the game, and Tapu Fini doesn't really work with it because you wanna get up T spikes, but obviously terrain isn't always up, and the Fini default's terrain isn't up, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But you gotta like Mega Beedrill needs some support, but if it gets the right support, it's a very sick mon. I think it's in tours it's super underrated too. I think there it's fucking menace. I don't think all teams like have a counter for it. Even steals that can be easily taken advantage of by just knocking off lefties and chipping it down with U-turn and shit like that. So like a nice Volturn Mega Beedrill squad with a good spinner and like maybe hazard support can be pretty sick. I like the mon. Next up, Mega Blastoise, average mon. I put it probably below Altaria. I don't think it's good. It's good, but on a team like when you draft something like Volcarona or any mon that like needs great support, needs great removal. I mean, not great support. Mega Blastoise is a good option because it's one of the best spinners in the game for sure. Very reliable. Pretty much always gets a spin off because it beats most rockers, and it beats most spin blockers too because pretty much step dark pulls, because Mega Launcher boosted fucks them up. So very decent mon. I don't rate it with Shell Smash. I think Shell Smash Mega Blasters will be banned in every league because it's way too fat and way too strong. Will always, if played right, get the Shell Smash off and then fuck you up. So no Shell Smash, Blastoise, C tier. Blaziken, we don't rate it, that's an Uber. Next up, Mega Camel. Interesting Mon, definitely better than Absol in my opinion. I don't rate Absol at all. It has a niche in the format, now even better with no HP water around, so it was a lot of electrics, and like it's pretty strong. It's a very nice wall breaker. Obviously shit speed tier, average defensive typing, but definitely has its place in the format. You can draft it for sure. Doesn't need too much support really, so you can just slap it on a Mon, on a team. It will get up his rocks. Will get up will get up one or two big hits if you bring it in on an electric type or on a grass or something. So yeah, it definitely works, but obviously not the greatest one. Like all three of these, they like Camerupt, Absol, Emperor, they like really aren't good. Next up, one of my favorite monsters is definitely S tier. Megazord X is one of the best megas on the format. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Problem with Zard X is, similar to Aggron, it doesn't really do much for offensive teams. It is a mon that loves to be on bulky offensive teams or even semi-stall teams. Anything in between semi-stall, balance, bulky offense, it works on that. This mon is not a sweeper. A lot of people who use it are just brain dead. They just run Dragon Dance 2 or 3 attacks every week, and this is not Mega Charizard's role. Just because a mon has Dragon Dance, it is not a sweeper. Charizard X is either a breaker, either a wall, or anything in between. Will-O-Wisp Roost set, 1v1 Mega Arrow. If you get off the Will-O-Wisp on the switch, you can live an Element Edge from Arrow easily with defensive sets. It just like lures and beats so many of its counters, like Will-O-Wisp Roost, 2 attacks, or like even SD1 attack if you got a team with a weak water type or have ways to handle waters. That could fuck up shit with an SD set. This mon doesn't really care much about its rocks weakness if you like get off the mega early, because it roosts on so much stuff just because it's so fat. Also, why I like it is the Gen 8 meta looks to be run by good steel types and good electrics, or like electrics that people think are good, like Zeraora, which are actually trash. But Charizard pretty much walls all of these mons, like it walls pretty much all steals, obviously not Excadrill, but Excadrill doesn't switch into it, and you can live an Earthquake from Exca unless it's like Bandit or Life or shit like that, and revenge it. You fuck up Celesteela, you fuck up Coco, you fuck up, what else is there? Aggie Slash pretty much Spadef, Zard walls, non-specs Aggie, and like easily revenges it, so they have to play around that. On a fat build, Charizard is in my opinion one of the best megas in the format. Next up, its little brother, Zard Y, better than Beedrill, but I put it above Beedrill. It's pretty good. Obviously hates rocks way more than Zard X. Needs some nice support, but with the right team, with the right options around it, this mon is a menace. Has some nice mixed sets, which some people apparently think makes it better than Zard X, but Zard X doesn't need to be mixed, while Zard Y usually wants to be mixed. Like there are rarely cases where special Zard Y just fucks shit up, unless the only counter on the team is like Heat when you can run Focus Blast or shit. But even then, you probably opt for Earthquake because it's safer. So very good mon in my opinion. Underused, underrated, definitely. I think it's a very clean mon that will see more usage in Gen 8, because Gen 8 is a little more similar in my opinion to Gen 6 than to Gen 7, just because it's mostly it's more of a fatter meta that like appreciates good wall breakers more, and it's not as fast paced as Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon in my opinion, but we'll see about that. Next up, Mega Diancie, definitely one of the top tier megas. I don't have it in S tier. S tier is exclusively for like the top maybe 4 or 5 megas, maybe only 3, I don't know, we'll see. But Mega Diancie is pretty sick. It got even better this gen. It got Mystical Fire, which is better than HP Fire obviously, and it got Play Rough, which gives it another nice physical stab option. And Mega Diancie really on paper it's like super threatening because it's really hard to switch into it unless you're a Bronzong or something like that. But like even steals, you have to bank on the Diancie user not predicting, which makes it really tough because if you switch in your Spadef Steel on an Earth Power, it's too chaotic next to my Moonblast into Earth Power, for example. So really tough to switch into, but easy to check in my opinion with water types, with grounds, with steals, with a lot of scuffers. So definitely you can definitely play around it um, much better, and it's like its ability doesn't give it as much because it's so frail, but it's definitely usable as a lead with like a protect set to scout for rocks and shit like that. Yeah, very good Mon. I like the Mon. Next up, Mega Gallade, A tier for sure. Better than Diancie, one of the top megas in the format. I don't think there's much to talk about it. It's pretty amazing. Could be an S tier Mon, but we'll see about that later. Maybe I'll put it a little higher. Next up, Mega Chomp definitely got better this gen with no HPIs, which allows it to abuse its fat stats even more. Like it's bulky, it's defensive stats. Like it's 108 HP and fat defenses, so it's definitely a B tier. I don't rate it as high as Zard or Beedrill, but it's definitely very good. Checks electric super well. On a Sand team, just fucks shit up because it's so strong. Very good breaker, very good rocker in Gen 8. I didn't rate it much in Gen 7 or even 6, but yeah, it's very solid. Mega Gardevoir, decent Mon. I don't rate it as high as others. I didn't rate it as high as others did in Gen 7. I put it below Beedrill, but above Garchomp, that is right. It's definitely better than all of the ones below. It could be a high B tier, but I feel like Mega Guard really suffered from the loss of HP Fire. Oh no, not from the loss of HP Fire, from the loss of because it got Mystic Fire from the loss of from Nerf to Pixelate in Gen 7. It wasn't as good in Gen 7 as it was in Gen 6, but in Gen 6 it was pretty much the best Mega in the game, so tough to argue that. Next up, Mega Glalie. Interesting one, DTM Mon. I used it. Obviously hates loss of mats. It lost returns not as good as Camerupt. Probably it lost return, but usually you'd want to run double edge ever since the refrigerate nerf, so doesn't lose much, but needs a lot of support. Needs Volturn, needs a clean field, like no hazards up on your side, but probably likes hazards on your opposing side, and like just like underwhelming most of the time, but still cool. Ice types always have a spot in my heart. I love them, so we gotta account for them, and it's better than like these two. Might look weird having it above Absol, but Absol is just so underwhelming. It's insane. So next up, Mega Gara. Weird Mon. Probably have it below Blastoise. It's really not good. It just isn't a sweeper, and it isn't that great of a breaker because most Fat Water is kind of walled. Even though it got power whip, you can play around it. Yeah, probably above Blastoise because it now has a way of dealing with Fat Waters, but that's pretty much it. I don't like it as a sweeper. It can be a decent breaker in some matchups, but really has a lackluster speed here. I don't think the typing gives it much because it takes away from its defensive capabilities. So yeah, maybe if I use it once, I like it more. But just looking at it on paper and from what it does, like it never wins anything. So it's really like not a winning one. Good players shy away from it. They like really. I think everyone seems to agree that Gyarados just average, nothing more. Mega Heracross, very clean mon. Um, put it higher than all of these. It's a sick breaker. This stuff is better than Garchomp this gen, but I think it is. Very good mon, like nothing really switches into it. And just appreciates like a steel heavy meta that can just break a slower bulky meta as well. So its speed is kind of lackluster, but it's very fast. You can run a lot of Vulcan in it, on this fucker, so sorry, but yeah, very good mon. Mega Houndoom, best DT Mega probably at the moment. Um, kind of underutilized, but fire types are like fire type megas are kind of decent because like fire is a good offensive type, but Houndoom is still too weak on without Sun. Like whoa, a second. Without Sun, but ZY, for example, has high special attack and Sun boost. X has the tough close boost as well as like sick attack stat. Camerupt has sheer force but slow, so this mon on some teams which are kinda bad in the format, this one shines, but otherwise it's really not good. You can still use it as a nice like revenger, I guess, but it's really nothing special. If you use it with the right support, I guess it can be a low C tier mon, but usually you want other megas that are higher than that on your team. Next on Mega King, that mon really fell off. Oh yeah, that was a mistake there, Aggron. That mon really fell off. Lost return. Um, its ability got nerfed. And it just really isn't good. I really don't rate it much anymore, especially for 16 points. I think it's more for 13.1. For 13 points, I probably would like it more, but I think I have it around here. Even though like I really like Kangaskhan, theoretically, on the red team can be really good, but it really suffered. Like losing return is huge for it because Mega Kang appreciates having its HP. You don't want to cut it down with double edge, and like Body Slam is just too weak, especially with the nerf to its abilities. So yeah, really a fall from grace for shit like Kangaskhan and Altaria and Gardevoir between Gen 8 and Gen 6. Mega Latias, um, Broken Mon, probably probably better than like maybe not better than them, but it's like in most leagues like it's banned, and I don't mind it being banned. It's pretty crazy because Exam is probably getting banned soon in most leagues, so I don't mind Latias being banned. They pretty much the same to me. Um, Both kind of busted, way too centralizing. I'm not a guy who likes banning mons, but these mons are just super centralizing and probably should be banned. So next up, Mega Latios, A tier Mega for sure. It's pretty great. It's not like a 20-point mon or anything. It's like 17, 18 points, maybe 16. Really solid at what it does. Not really a great sweeper either, but very good breaker with like just CM into Draco or Psychic or coverage moves. And great bulk. It's definitely better than all of these. Um, I don't think I rate it higher than Diancie, but yeah, there we go. Mega Lopunny, I think it's still an A tier, but I really don't like it much in Gen 8, even though I'm using it in the league right now. It's really not a good. Losing return is terrible for it. I think U-turn doesn't give it as much as return did because in like gens before you could just run Baton Pass on it to make to get the free switch on the bulky psychics into a dark type or ghost type or whatever, or your counter. But now like you have to rely on Mega Kick, and for best revenger in the game, which it was in Gen 7 and Gen 6, for the best revenger in the game, you don't want to rely on a move that is as inaccurate as Mega Kick, and all the other options like Strength, Facade, they're just way too weak. This one is still great, obviously, but losing return really hurt it. Like, absolutely hurt it. It's really bad for it. Mega Manectric, I will ET Mon. I think you are, never rate you. Mega Marwa, absolute S tier. Better than Zard, one of the few megas that are better. Absolutely insane. Fucked up breaker. Mega Medicham, A tier Mon, sick breaker too. I probably have it higher than Lopunny at the moment. Despite like the speed gap is huge, but I really like Medicham. It's very good. Pidgeot, kind of clean. Probably have it. Probably have it like somewhere around here. Decent mon, underutilized, but it's like doesn't really do much besides clicking Hurricane and U-turn. So it's very like it's pretty easy to prep for it because it always does the same stuff. So Mega Pinsir, same issue with that um, as with all the other mons that bank on their ability as well as return. Yes, you can run double edge on that, but it needs so much support and is so weak in hindsight and has such trouble setting up in a steel and electric run meta, so it's probably somewhere around here. yeah, it's probably still higher than Pidgeot, but it's really close. Not that good of a Mon anymore. Mega Sableye. I like the Mon. Not bad. Definitely might be a low B tier, but probably not. People know how to play around it now. Probably somewhere around here. So now we get to go lower. Mega Sceptile. Houndoom is not the best B tier Mon. Sceptile is, I guess. Yeah, not much to say about it. Just like same with Mega Aggron. Looks clean on paper. Looks kind of threatening in some matchups, but never wins anything. Mega Scizor. This is an A tier Mon. Probably one of the better ones. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it fits in right here. These three, Scizor, Diancie, Latios, they are interchangeable in my opinion. Mega Scizor has turned from a really good Mega Engine 7 to absolutely overrated though, because people are saying, oh, it's so centralizing. I've seen leagues ban Mega Scizor, which is absolutely stupid. They say, oh yeah, without hitting Power Fire, this is way too centralizing. But Mega Scizor like just walls 4 more mons, which it didn't wall in Gen 7, which are like Reuniclus, which never runs HP Fire anyway in the Scizor matchup, like rarely, because you still wanna have your slots for other coverage moves, and you probably wanna run the lure for Scizor if you wanna use Reuniclus, because like Scizor is the roadblock that your Reuniclus wants removed, so it command sets or frequent sets can win. And if you run a lure on the mon you wanna free up, then you're bad. So Kyurem is a big one at it was. That's why it's pretty high, because Kyurem is pretty good. Kyurem Black 2. Meloetta, not really a mon anymore. So like it doesn't really wall anything less or more besides these couple mons. Obviously Alakazam too, but that's probably gonna be banned. Then you got shit like people say shit like, yeah, but also these fat grasses like Venusaur or Amoonguss or Tangrowth, they can't ship it as well now, but like Spidef Mega Scizor takes like 45 from a Tangrowth HP Fire if it's uninvested, so no big difference to me. I think it's still a sick mon, was always one of the best Megas, but it's really overrated now. It's not an S tier Mega, it's not around one pick. I don't know why people are juiced like that, but yeah. Mega Shark, good mon, probably ranked around here. Could be higher than all mons in C tier really, but I like where it is. Very clean mon. I'm about to use it in a league soon. It's pretty fun, but yeah, it still only fits on offensive teams kinda, or offensive-ish teams. You don't really wanna build a bulky offense Mega Shark squad. It appreciates Volturn because it's a pretty sick breaker. And obviously has a nice ability that can abuse pre-Mega. Like even in first turn Mega leagues, Sharpedo is usually the exception, so that's pretty clean. But yeah, it's a very fun mon, but it's kind of restricted in what it does, so it fits right in the C tier of in the like average Mega mons, like slightly. Some of them are above average, some are slightly below average, but Mega Bro, definitely a B tier mon. Even without a even in a first turn Mega League, it's definitely very solid. I'd probably rank it higher than Garchomp, yeah. Very solid in leagues where you don't have to first turn Mega. Could move up to like high B tier, low A tier, but I think like still you should go with offensive Megas most of the time. So even though I love Slowbro, I think it fits well into B tier here, so it works. Mega Licks, I don't rate it. Not, like it's decent, gets up rocks, it's fat, walls some shit, but not that great. Mega Swampert, probably at the top of C tier. I think it's underrated. I think Rain is underrated, but only like mostly when people use Rain, it's brain dead people that just click buttons, so that they really underutilize Megapert on some good teams that aren't hard rain, that just have a rain element, that are like bulky offensive. Mega Swampert can really put in the work. Mega Tita, definitely B tier. Probably best of the bunch. Really, I really like Mega Tita. It's very strong. Losing Pursuit sucks, but it's really good. Mega Venusaur, also B tier mon. Yeah, still rated, still very good mon. It's like somewhere in here. Let me put it behind Gardevoir because, for the sake of it, I said offensive megas usually are better, but this could be anywhere in the B tier. So yeah, that's my list here. Top megas, yeah, Mawazard. I think you could put Gallade in here. Yeah, Gallade is top tier. Oh no, nah. Like it's the next best of the bunch, but it's not as crazy good in my opinion. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Really is good. You can make a case. I don't hate you if you put it above Zard, but I have a hard on for Zard, and I think Zard X will run the meta in Gen 8 once megas are allowed. I feel like Zard X will really shine. I wouldn't mind paying 18 to 20 months for Zard X for sure. Like that's how good it is. Yeah, that looks good here. You could interchange. You could change these two, but I like Maddie a little bit better. These three you could also put Diancie in S tier or Scizor if you really want, but I don't see it. This looks good. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, that's the that's the one true Mega Pokemon tier list. I think that works. We don't even look at the ETA. It's terrible. Yes, we just took a look, but it's really bad. Just not Mons really. Anything below D tier, I wouldn't advise people using. But you can obviously make them work. Like the D tier Mons, you can make them work. E tier not really, but if you really want to try it, go for it. But yeah, like Bayonet, don't draft Bayonet. Bayonet is a bad mon. Simple as that. But you can make Sceptile work, I guess. You can make Steelix work, I guess. But these are really bad too. So I don't know. Everything C or above you can make work. You can draft, and like mons that should always be drafted are Mawa, Zard, Gallade, these five, and probably like Tita. This needs too much support. This too. Venusaur always gets drafted. I think Slowbro and Garchomp will get drafted a lot, so that leaves some spots open. Aerodactyl will get drafted because people are juiced, but yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you get mad at mad at me in the comments because this is gonna be a good one. I think the Mega Arrow slot will trigger some people, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you in the next video. Bye.